how the mails from the vendor is analyzed, suggestion is shown, and based on the suggestion how it can automatically make changes to the purchase orders. So before that I need to configure the agent for that. So let's go back to the agents, and let's go to the agents here. So let me go to the library, and this is the agent which is going to review email from vendors. So let me go inside this, and I have already configured a mailbox for vendor, which is a demo at Saina Cloud. So whatever the mail comes to this mailbox, it is analyzed and the suggestion is shown. So let me activate this agent now. Now agent is activated. Again, if you can see, this agent occurs for every 1 hour. So to change this again, let me go to the batch jobs. So let me refresh here. Now a new batch job is created. So let me change the recurrence. So I want this to be ran every 1 minute. So let me change the recurrence. So now for every minute, this batch job will run, pick up the me emails, analyze and show to me. So let me go back to my agents. So after this, now let me go to my vendor email box. So as you can see, so this is the email we have sent to the vendor. So it's an urgent follow-up on unconfirmed purchase orders. So 401 and 2, and they are saying urgently please confirm the status for the purchase orders, and they have purchase order, item number, quantity, everything. So as a vendor, let me reply to this mail. So let me reply. So let me change the subject. So I'm saying, so it's a purchase order confirmation. Let me mention my purchase orders. So what I'm going to do is, here I'm going to confirm one purchase order. So the another purchase order, which is 402. So here I wanted to confirm partially, which means I'm not going to provide all the quantity they have requested. So let me type a mail. So I'm saying I can only deliver 500 unit of items for the item number in 0001, so on the requested date. So I can't completely deliver all the items requested by the team. So what I'm saying here is, so the team I'm saying I can confirm purchase order for 401 in full, but coming to the 402 I'm saying we can confirm only 500 unit of items. So on the requested delivery date itself, but the whatever the quantity they have requested I can't deliver. So the requested quantity was around for 720, so I can't provide that much. So I'm going to send out this mail. Once the mail is sent, this mail will be went into the mailbox which have configured for agent. So let's go and see there. As you can see, so it has received the mail and you can see a tag called track to Dynamics 365. So this tag says that the agent has read the mail and it has analyzed. So let's go back to into our F&O. So when we go back to the procurement and sourcing, email from vendors. So we have received the mail. So you can see that so it has detected that I'm confirming. At the same time I have a change request for this. So in the purchase order header, it's detected the changes that in the both cases I'm confirming the purchase orders on the requested receipt date or delivery date. But coming to the lines, so you can see I have said that I can only provide 500 instead of 720 items. So you can also see there is a mail which have sent, the vendor has sent. So you can see that mail and we can see the mail which we have sent. So here I have two options, either to apply all the suggestions. So whatever the vendor has sent me, I'm fine with the vendor, so I can apply the suggestions. So I can click on this button. So whatever the changes it has shown here, automatically it will take and it will mark against the purchase order. So if I'm not fine with this, so I can ignore also. So both the cases we can do. So let me apply the suggestions for now. So purchase order confirmation has started. So now it has addressed a mail. So you can see the operation is completed. So again here also we can see the reviewed emails. So the whichever mail the team has addressed, so it has ignored or applied. So those kind of histories will be seen here. So this was the previous mail we have addressed. So you can see in the header we have got confirmation and the items we can see here and the mail history everything. So we can see the activities which has went in this page. So let's go back to our purchase orders. So let's select the vendor we were handling. As you can see, I was dealing with 401 and 402. So you can see the status, both are confirmed now. So let's go into the 401 first. So here we didn't say any quantity changes or something. So we just confirmed. So you can see there is a confirmation happened for this purchase order. So let's see what happened in the 402 purchase order. So the vendor agreed only for the quantity of 500 instead of the exact quantity which they have requested. So now you can see that quantity which vendor can provide us, that 500 is marked against here, and this purchase order is being confirmed. So this is how the inbound communication happens in supplier communication agent. This is how the inbound agent works. So this is one full round how the agent works by sending out the purchase order based on certain criteria and receiving the mail from vendors. The agent is going to analyze and provide the suggestions, and we are just going to click buttons, and every action is taken by the agent. Thank you. Yeah. So we just saw a demo of how inbound and outbound works in the by supplier communication agent. We just saw. So the procurement they did nothing. They just handled the dashboard. They came there. They saw the mail. They sent out a button. They sent out a mail by clicking on the button. Again, while receiving the mails, also they came back. They saw the changes. If they're agreeing with that, they applied on apply suggestions, or they ignored. So it was just a button click away. So nothing else. They didn't manage any communications of the vendors, or neither they changed any purchase order. They were just handling the dashboard, see the dashboard, and they were there. So if you see what are the benefits, or what are the operational business value what they are getting by using this agent is, so the first and foremost the efficiency. So as it is handled by the agent, so the team has to not do any repetitive communications, or they don't have to manage any communications between the vendors. So they are in the dashboard, so everything else is taken care by agent. So the efficiency is improved. And also, as we are humans, we are sometimes we are prone to making errors. We may miss out some things, or we may miss out some communications. So but in the business it may impact, or in the time of invoicing everything, so these things can impact the purchase orders. So in that scenarios also, this agent is going to provide some accuracy, so that you don't miss out certain things or certain details. And also you don't have to come and change the purchase order. So now the agent is configured, it's not for today. So it's like until you are going to delete that agent, it's going to work every single day. So the responses, the request, everything is going to happen very faster. If you wanted to manually do that, it would take a lot more time. Now agent is going to pick all the lot of purchase order at one single time, and create the draft messages, or analyze those things. And also there is a lot of transparency there. And by seeing all these things, at the end, what we can do is we can have a strong supplier relations. We can think of negotiations, and we can have a nice bonding with the suppliers. So this may improve the business, and these are the beneficials or the business value the agent brings to us. And yeah.
Okay, I think then we'll move to Q&A session. Yes, I think Hari, you are able to unmute yourself.
Hi, good evening. My name is Harishankar, and how this one is going to impact our e-invoicing, where that the initiation is triggering by the supplier in related to that invoiced deployment kind of stuff.
Can you repeat your question? We couldn't able to hear you properly.
Yeah. So my question is actually how it is going to impact our UAE e-invoicing. For example, if there is a communication, because from the invoice perspective, supplier is going to submit the invoice in invoicing, right?
Mhm.
So that kind of communication is going to happen. How that AI is going to impact the business process.
Okay, so related to invoicing, if you could take about like sometimes there will be an incorrect quantity or incorrect prices would be like charged for that invoice process, purchase order process, right? So that time what happens is you get an invoice statement with one kind of a prices and other things, and purchase order will be having an incorrect value, right? So in that case, the agent acts, okay, right now it thinks that like, okay, some incorrect invoice or like incorrect document has been pushed to the customer. It corrects up with the proper appropriate value, and then it resends up that email for the invoice to the respective customer. So exactly if you are asking about how the business case is that, we have not executed that business case and tried it out, but this supplier communication will be able to do that corrections and send out the documents to the respective suppliers.
Okay, thank you. And one more thing, actually, considering our existing vendor collaboration portal, where there is an existing business process already in built, right? Like creation of the PO, submission of the purchase order to the supplier, where supplier can directly review and he can approve it. So the business process is already there. So how effectively the current supplier communication AI agent it's going to help the business and the customer.
You're talking about the vendor collaboration one?
Yeah, because the business process, whatever the communication, whatever the agentic AI you have shown now, the
Mm-hmm.
process is already inbuilt, and there is no additional cost also for vendor collaboration portal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that is the case, when we are discussing with the customer, we need to just provide the business scenario where actually, they are going to spend that money for this process also, right?
Correct,
Whereas
correct.
vendor collaboration portal is a completely free, and whatever the communication is, between the supplier and the organization, this is already taken care.
Correct. So when you talk about vendor collaboration portal, you are talking about it's not on the direct on FinOps, right? It is an integration with some other vendor portal, right? And another application integrated with that. That's what you're talking about, or it is something
No,
different?
no, no, no. I'm
Uh,
not. I'm talking about the standard vendor collaboration portal, where I
mm-hmm,
can create the purchase order. Once my PO is approved, there is a
mm-hmm,
review process available in the purchase order form, where
mm-hmm,
the organization can submit. The purchase
mm-hmm,
order will be reflected directly to the vendor collaboration portal, and wherein supplier can directly view the details and he can check, and whatever the delivery date he can confirm, or
mm-hmm,
whatever quantity he needs to amend, all those
mm-hmm.
changes directly supplier can do it and he can submit it back. So it will be instantly, actually it will come back. And there is no additional cost for this process.
No problem, Hari. So we will take this question offline. Maybe like we'll try to connect with you to understand your that needs and then how it is differentiating here. We will just put you that up actually. With this, you want that exact thing for this one. Okay.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. Any other things from anyone?
I have asked one question.
Yes, Pranav. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like, will the agent directly update the PO confirmation detail, or will it like work through an user approval layer first?
Paul, can you repeat that? What was it?
I mean, will there be any human interaction between the confirmation when or agent can directly go and update the PO confirmation details?
Yeah, you need a kind of a new human intervention is required.
Yeah.
We need to check that whether there is a possibility is there where we can automate that also. Because why we didn't keep that as an automate? Because like so if there is any kind of an see this is kind of an open AI, right? The suggestions and other things which has been coming up from that open AI. So we cannot blindly go ahead and take up a decision on that, right? Like at the final space, we need a human intervention to take out or call out that final decision. That is the reason why we kept it open. But if we want to automate that, we can do that also.
Okay, and how about the security and other access? I mean, who can access this agent user-wise?
Yes, I think there is a security role for this, right?
Yeah, so we have a security role called supplier agent. So only there are two things, two users you are going to create. So one user will be all handling the agents, everything. So there is another user where you are going to give a role of secure supplier agent. So when you give this supplier agent and sysadmin, what will happen is, so other than that person, nobody can configure or nobody can delete this. So everything is like a manager, agent manager. So rest everything the will be the user. He will be like a manager.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think there is one question from one user, right? Any additional cost has been hidden in the background or something? Okay, so I'm not sure about the person. Okay, we can go for any other
Yes.
question here.
Yeah, I was wondering if we needed to pay additional fees, like I don't know, for tokens or using this agent.
Yes, that flow. There is some additional cost has been there for the credits we need to pay for it for communicating with that agent.
How much is it?
There are some things. It depends upon the criteria. For example, if your mail contains like this much of like KB or amount of this thing, right? Based on that, cost will differ actually. And then we have a monthly subscription also for this one, like where you can use if monthly if you pay around some like $200 or something, right? So you will be having like n number of Azure credits will be there, but that will be getting expired on the specific month. Like it will won't be carry forward or something like that. It will be like that. Or else like what will happen? It will go pay as you go actually based on that the amount and then the size of the email, right? The charges may happen.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, hey, it's Saina here. How do? Hey, am I audible?
Yes, Narayan.
So, when we set up this inbound agent, correct? So this is one email ID that we were listening to. Is it possible that we can set up for multiple email IDs? Say we have customers where they have multiple vendors managed by multiple accounts. I mean, managers kind of. So manufacturing, right? They procure a lot of raw material. So they have categorized or grouped certain vendors, and one person, one procurement manager will be taking care of those vendors and procuring things. In which case, the email ID, which is demo at Saina Cloud, could be demo 1, demo 2, demo 3. In this case, would that be a copy of the agent, or is it within that agent we can create this multiple, or we can have configure for multiple emails?
Yeah, you can do. What you can do is have just shown one scenario and have configured. So you can do the similar way. You can configure another mailbox, whatever you are saying you wanted a multiple email IDs. So with the another email ID, you can configure the same and it works.
Yeah, will that be a copy of the agent, or the same agent you can configure for more than one email ID?
It will be the same agent, so different conditions. Suppose if you see the outbound also, I have given one condition and have asked my agent to bring the purchase orders. So I may give another thing, and based on that condition, the same agent will bring the same data to the same dashboard. It's like a one single agent, different parts you can have it.
All right. Thanks a lot. And maybe just one additional question, if allowed to. There are actions, right? One is about ignore all, the other one is about apply suggestions.
Yes. Yeah.
Is it possible that we could have more actions around just by configuring agents? Probably, I mean, we all know that, right? It's just about real-time decisions that we make. So it's not that while I send the email, I say that, okay, I have five out of 10. But just before I make the decision, he might call me and say that, you know what, I can make it a 7, or I can negotiate for a 7 rather than a 5. In which case, kind of partial, or tomorrow I can add up more actions. Is that a possibility available there? I mean, all I'm trying to understand is that if I learn to create agents, or if I have an option to increase the actions within that agent, is it possible, or it's just 2 actions at the moment?
Yeah, that is possible actually. You're asking about the custom actions which you want to make it, right? It can be done actually.
All right, great. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. From anyone else, like any other questions you have? I think then we are good. Like we can end this up. So today, like you guys would be seeing about that how we demonstrated that that AI intelligence can support that procurement efficiencies through our intelligence systems. So similar way in upcoming days, right? We can bring out some other few scenarios and as well as other few agents, how it is like affecting their real business and how it has been helpful for the real business, and then it is helpful for the industries. We can check that out actually. Yeah. That's it. Thanks for us joining for us today, actually. Thanks, everyone.